Product Universe here. JD Vance is a very well-spoken man, and the more you see of him, the more you will realize how smart of a vice presidential pick he truly is. Watch JD Vance dismantle the media's biased and loaded questions.
Next. Senator, some of the people that Kamala Harris is looking at for running mates are Governor Walz, Josh Shapiro, folks in Midwestern states or in Rust Belt towns. Obviously, that's something that an appeal that you bring to the Trump ticket. And what do you think about some of those potential people you might be debating?
Look, I'm not going to give Kamala Harris advice on who she should pick as a running mate. Whoever she picks as a running mate, I think we have the edge because President Trump's governing agenda actually worked for the American people. I think what people in the Rust Belt care about maybe more than anything else is bringing back good American manufacturing jobs. The Chinese make our pharmaceuticals. God bless you guys. Thank you. The Chinese make our pharmaceuticals. The Chinese make critical weapons that we rely on. The Chinese make way too many of our computer chips. Kamala Harris has doubled down on this green energy scam that's actually shipped a lot more manufacturing jobs to China. President Trump and I want to bring them back to Pennsylvania, to Minnesota, to Wisconsin. So we're going to bring that message all across the industrial Midwest. I think it's a winning message because people want to make things in America, and we could do more of it if we had better public policy.
Senator, there's been a lot of speaking over this past weekend, but Donald Trump was at the Turning Point USA event, and Democrats are picking up on what he said to Christians. He said, get out to vote just this time. You won't have to do it in 4 more years. It'll be fine. It'll be fixed. Could you just clarify what he meant by that?
Look, I think President Trump is saying that he's going to do a lot of good over the next 4 years, and this is the theme that the media has totally distorted, where they've taken what he said repeatedly again and again, and I think, frankly, they've lied about what he actually meant. President Trump said very simply that if we don't win this election, look, Kamala Harris has talked about giving illegal aliens the right to vote. We're not going to have a real election in this country again if you bring in millions of people who shouldn't be here and then give them the right to vote over American citizens. So I think he's saying, get out there, make sure this election matters, because if you don't, the next 4 years, we may not have a real election if the Democrats give illegal aliens the right to vote.
Senator,
yes.
Have you spoken to Donald Trump since your previous comments have been resurfacing, and what were those conversations like?
Previous comments, meaning that I criticized President Trump.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, look, President Trump and I have talked a lot about this. In fact, I sometimes joke that I wish that he had the memory of Joe Biden because he's got a memory like a steel trap, and he certainly remembers criticisms that people have made. But this is where the media, I think, really misses Donald Trump. Donald Trump accepts that people can change their mind. And you ask, why did I change my mind on Donald Trump? Because his agenda made people's lives better. This whole thing is not about red team versus blue team or winning an election for its own sake. It's about getting a chance to govern so that you can bring down the cost of groceries, close that border, and stop the fentanyl coming across our country. For 4 years, he did a better job of that than anybody that I've ever seen as president in my lifetime. So I changed my mind because he did a good job, and that's what you do when people do a good job and you're wrong. I've talked to President Trump a lot about it, but look, he doesn't care about what I said 8 years ago. He cares about whether we together can govern the country successfully, and that's what this election is all about, getting that chance to govern so we can make people's lives better.
And have you had those conversations this week?
No, I mean, I don't think President Trump has brought it up. I talked to him last night for a while. I talked to him the day before yesterday. We're talking about the race, right? When we catch up, we're talking about how to bring our message to the industrial Midwest, to the Sun Belt, to the important battleground states. We talked a little bit about what I was going to say at the rally, what he was going to say at the rally. So we talk a lot, but we haven't talked about past comments the last couple days.
Senator,
yeah,
your rollout has also coincidentally, I think, been one of the most let's say, tumultuous weeks in modern political history. I wonder how you're adjusting. You know, I'm thinking back to when you came to talk to us in Phoenix and you were surrounded by press asking if you were to be a running mate. It's been about 2 months. Last week, you've adjusted to going from being a senator from Ohio to the running mate on the Republican ticket. I mean, what's that been like for you, and how are you dealing with the new scrutiny, the schedule, all of that stuff?
Look, I'm having a great time. How could I not have a great time with great people like this behind us, right? You guys are incredible. I think that a lot of people, the media hilariously says, well, how are you adjusting? The answer is, if you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen, as a famous Southern Democrat once said. We are doing this to make people's lives better. And the media and the Harris campaign are not going to make it easy on us. They're going to attack us. They're going to lie about us. That is the price of admission to governing this country. And I think it's a shame, absolutely, but I think that it's what you have to do. So I'm doing great, man. I'm having a good time. My family's here. They're hopped up on chocolate milk, so it's going to be a wild plane ride home. But look, we're having a great time, and I'm enjoying it. And I think that we have 100 days. And the way I think about it is no days off. We're going to sprint to the finish line, and we're going to make sure that the American people know President Trump's agenda worked, Kamala Harris's didn't, and I think if we get that message out there, we're going to win.
Those were some very tough and extremely biased and loaded questions. Ask yourself, would the media ask Joe Biden or Kamala Harris questions that loaded and complex? It remains to be seen, but it doesn't matter because JD Vance just proved how smart and how eloquent he truly is. He totally dismantled these rough questions with such ease and a jovial calmness that it was truly entertaining and impressive to watch at the same time. Each of these questions, which were meant to create a negative moment for JD Vance, really showcased his mental ability, and it was hard to disagree with what he said. He turned real negative questions into positives for the Trump Vance campaign. Questions which inferred Trump is going to be a dictator, and questions about Kamala Harris. And each question was answered. None were skipped or waffled around. They were answered very clearly, effectively, and truthfully. This is what I want out of a politician, to just tell the truth and to be genuine. And JD Vance showed his true colors. His true colors being that he would be a very effective vice president and that he could be a very capable president someday in the not so distant future come 2028. This video deserves to be shared because it shows how JD Vance is such a calm, smart, eloquent, and jovial speaker. But that's just my 2 cents, and you're entitled to your 2 cents. If you want, share your opinion in the comments below, as all viewpoints are welcome. If you enjoyed this informational and educational video, then give the video a like and turn on my channel notifications so that you'll be notified the next time I release a new video. Thanks for watching. God bless you, and God bless America.